What's up, everybody? First caveat on this video. I know that this knife that I just purchased cost literally $20. So, really wasn't super up on the whole thought that it was going to be an amazing masterpiece or anything. This is apparently a Perkin blade, which they are really huge on advertising for themselves, so that's cool. This is a slip joint kind of thing here, and it had like about 1,000,000 layers to it. For one, the box was completely taped all the way around. And inside that, we had this guy that it was inside, followed by a bubble wrap layer that was directly inside this. And inside that, we had, hey, look at that. A nice leather sheath with some brass snaps and everything. It's quite nice. It's got a little bit of some glue funkiness there at the end with the stitches, but hey, what you gonna do? And inside that, we had yet another bag, and then another two, and then inside that, we got the knife itself. Now I purchased this because it was listed on Amazon, at least, as having micarta scales. I really don't think that's micarta. It looks a little bit more stabilized wood of some sort because I can see the stacks of it or whatever, which is fine. But as you can see, it's kind of coated in some sort of battery acid kind of stuff. And we have some possible slag there on some of the liners. And, oh, that action is just top notch. So this isn't the most high quality cutlery you could ever imagine here. And I actually wasn't all that surprised by having a little tiny bit of rust on the blade, because this is 1095, so that's a very stainful rather than stainless kind of thing. But they did do a pretty good job on the edge there. I'm actually kind of interested to see how much of this I can actually clean up. Probably not all of it, because, well, this is pen construction. It's more of a traditional kind of thing. But I think I can deal with a lot of the rust grime and whatnot, and get some oil in there and see what I can't do to make this thing a little bit better. I mean, yeah, the alignments, maybe a little bit off, but also the inside of the back spring there, where it curves back around, isn't exactly perfect either. So, yeah, it's this is sometimes what happens when you just try to find something super interesting. I will say also that it came with quite the pamphlet. Where, yeah, they want to basically have you contact them if you have any problems. I mean, this thing has some problems, but yeah, whatever. This is always the one that worries me, is when they're like, please don't leave us negative feedback. So, yeah. Now it lists here that There's stuff in the UK, but I see literally nothing about that on the blade. And you would think, with how few things are actually manufactured in England these days, that they would proudly have that stamped on the blade. But instead, they just have their company and a registered trademark kind of thing. But it goes on from here. So it talks about Damascus and carbon steel knives. Oh, they're better than stainless steel. I mean, they're much easier to sharpen. So, yeah, there's that. Yeah, now here's the thing that I thought was pretty interesting here was after you clean the blade, dry it, use slits, WD-40, vegetable oil, Vaseline, blah, 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 anything to prevent rust. With how many layers that they actually wrap this thing in, man, it really, really would have probably done this thing wonders if they actually practiced what they preached and threw a little bit of some sort of oil on there to keep it protected rather than just hoping wrapping it in 80 layers of plastic would keep out all sorts of moisture and whatnot. And then they talk a little bit more about Damascus, which this isn't. And then they go on a little bit more, talking about how they sharpen it with belt sander. And then, yeah, it's pretty interesting overall. It's, I will have fun trying to play around with this guy quite a bit and see if I can't get any kind of decent action out of it and clean it up and everything. It looks okay in general. Yeah, but I'll have to try and deal with some of the slag here on the end and take care of the rust and whatnot. But it certainly seems to be, I mean, stainless of some sort. They say 1095. 1095 is not incredibly expensive, so I doubt that they were trying to lie and pass it off as 1065 or 1075 or anything like that. And they do seem to be competent for the most part with their edge sharpening. Looks like they did change it up on this last little bit here, and that's because they have basically a non-existent sharpening choil there. So, yeah, it happens. There's no half stop or anything. Well, maybe there's intended to be, but certainly doesn't feel like much of anything going on there yet. But it does have a nice blade pull on it. And, outside of where they've actually shaped the blade, it does have kind of that blackened forge look, which, yeah, that's kind of neat. But, yeah, it's... What can I say? It's a $20 knife. That's not from a company that's probably trying to make the absolute cheapest thing in the absolute world, like Gonzo and M-Tech and all that sort of stuff. But I do have to say, for $20, you get kind of an interesting thing. I do like the dye color, even though it's not super consistent or anything like that. And I do have to say that it comes with quite a decent pocket pouch with it as well, where the leather is actually a fairly decent quality in general. But yeah, you can see they certainly like to display their logo. It's there. It's actually on the snap. I think that's probably a better way to do it because you have a little bit, have a little bit more to grab onto. So yeah, this is kind of interesting that it's a new knife, but kind of seems like something that you'd find at a garage sale. That they're like, oh, I don't know, my grandpappy bought it in the 30s or something like that. So yeah, I have some fun trying to fix it up and see if I can't get it to feel and look a little bit better. Yeah, that's my experience with this $20 knife from Perkin. Alrighty. As always, I'm Jerry, and hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, yo.